Welcome to the 49ers You've Got Mail podcast presented by Manscaped. I'm your host, Lindsay Polaris. I'm joined by defensive linemen Javon Kinlaw and Arik Armstead. It's good to have you guys on the pod.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
All right, first things first, how was the first day of practice without rain this week?
Oh, it felt great. It was warm. The sun was out. So got some much needed sunlight. You know what I'm saying?
My feet felt a little sloppy yesterday, ain't gonna lie. But today I felt more bouncy.
How you guys feeling about the rain that's coming in for Saturday?
It is what it is, you know. We got to go out there and get a dub regardless of what the weather looks like.
Facts. We're going to have to play regardless.
So before we dive into the heart of playoff prep, let's recap the season a little bit. So you guys closed out the season on a 10-0 run, ended 13-4. I'm curious, when you walked into training camp in July, did you ever envision the season unfolding the way it would?
Me personally, yeah, I did. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like the way things was looking at training camp, even from the start, the mentalities going into it, I felt like we was going to make a real run, you know, because we kind of had the same team from last year, honestly. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I knew we had a chance to be good. Things started off a little slow, but we got it going at the right time.
In terms of just improbable seasons and kind of the adversity that you guys have had to face throughout the year, where does this rank in your seasons as an NFL player?
It's a blessing, you know. I've been a part of some pretty bad years in my 8 years. So, you know, we have a great team. We did face some adversity, but we had the team to get through it and get past it. And, you know, we're here now, so.
I've been fighting a lot of adversity this year, and the prior year also, when they went to the playoffs, I wasn't a part of that. So to be a part of it this year is it's real surreal for me.
Do you guys have a most memorable moment of the 2022 regular season before we really get into the playoffs?
Yeah, the Vegas game was cool. You know, New Year's game was fun. Be a part of overtime victory. I feel like we have one of those every year, one of those really close, kind of high-scoring games. So it's not as fun to be a part of it on the defense side, but I'm sure the fans had a lot of fun with that one.
Well, I was about to say, I was on the sideline when the game went into overtime, and nobody seemed stressed. What was the actual feeling in the huddle? Javon, you're shaking your head.
Man, what you getting stressed for? Like, you know?
Yeah, there's no point in stressing. You gotta keep playing and playing to the clock hits zero. So I always got belief in our team and faith in our team. So
every time.
Yeah.
So you see Nick Bosa get the offensive lineman into Stidham and then Tashawn make the grab. Just what is that feeling? The excitement of seeing that all go down?
A lot of relief for sure. You know, we knew we had to get a stop in that situation, and so that was a big play, and you know, didn't take long for us to get a turnover, and that sealed the game. So that was a huge relief, knowing that, you know, we had a good chance of winning at that point.
I'm like, oh, Nick, right on time. There you go.
Saint Nick delivering always. All right, so as we head closer to Saturday, just what is the feeling in the locker room? It seems like a quiet confidence. Is there any kind of nerves heading into Saturday or just excitement?
I would say excitement. You know, obviously at this point we've earned the right to be here, and we are on a run. But the playoffs is a new season, and you got to take it game by game. And we're not taking anything for granted. The fact that we're here and have this opportunity. And I think just everyone's locked in and, you know, trying to do everything they can to seize the opportunity.
Yeah, it's no next time, you know, like this could be the last one. So I feel like the intensity is a little bit higher, even though it's always been pretty high. Like, so, and me personally, just going into it, it's kind of my first time really being around and really going through it with everybody. So yeah, I could definitely feel the difference.
The fact that you will be facing an NFC West rival for a third time, pretty similar to what happened last year. How much does that even add another layer to the intensity that is the postseason?
Yeah, I mean, I think once you start consistently, getting to the playoffs, you start seeing those familiar teams and end up playing against them all the time. So um, it's usually, the same teams going to the playoffs each year. And Seattle has been good for years, and have we've had a lot of battles with them, and so we know them well, super familiar with them, and so it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a good game.
One thing that Coach Shanahan said that he's zeroing in on Seattle's kind of improved defense over the last 3 weeks. What have you seen on your guys' team that's a little bit different than week 15 when you guys clinched the division in Seattle?
Yeah, I mean, I think that since that point, we knew we were going to be in the playoffs, and these past weeks have been gearing up for the playoffs, trying to find ways to get better, um, before the playoffs start. And I think we've done that. I think we're here now. I think everybody's ready to go.
For anybody that hasn't experienced a playoff run that comes through Levi's, Eric, I think this is a question more for you, but what can we expect to see from the faithful on Saturday? Like, how do they show out during the playoffs?
They always show out during the playoffs, and Levi's is a tough place to play. I've been a part of a playoff run where we had home field advantage the entire time, and that led us to the Super Bowl. I've been a part of being on the road every game, which was extremely tough. So having these home games is going to be huge for us, and I'm expecting them to show out and go crazy like they do on the road too. When we're playing in LA or wherever we're playing, they always show up on the road as well.
You kind of mentioned it. The faithful have been very, very good on the road this year, as they are every year. Is there one road game where you kind of looked up at the crowd and you're like, wow, I can't believe this isn't technically a home game?
For me, it was in 2019, our first Rams game at the Coliseum. I think like week 5, and the Rams literally had to go silent count when we were on defense on third down, and I was like, wow, we really took over the stadium, and it was a great experience, and it's been like that ever since we played down there.
Javon, what is there a game this season that you've seen where just the faithful have completely impressed you by their
Definitely the Raiders game. Oh my god, they definitely deep out there. So yeah, it was definitely that game for me.
and just for somebody obviously that doesn't play football, how can crowd noise really affect the outcome of a game?
It has a huge impact. Momentum shifting, and then also, um, schematically, when the crowd noise is high, it's tough for offense to operate. They have to change what they do. They have to change the cadence. They have to. Um, they can't get in certain audibles and certain checks, and it's tough for the O line to communicate. And defensively, we can really take advantage of that.
So what do you need from the faithful on Saturday?
You need to go crazy.
Go crazy, man.
Turn up.
Do what you got to do.
Awesome. All right, so let's get to some of the off the field questions and some of the fan ones that have been submitted. All right, so Javon, this one is for you. I have it on good authority that you are a Bad Bunny fan. Can you expand on that? When did you get into his music?
I like Bad Bunny and Well. I like the both of them. I mean, I'm in the Latino culture. I be around, so like, I hear it a lot. So I'm like, dang, I can't really understand what they talking about, but like, it sound good. It's a good vibe. Like, I like the vibe. I like the beats. So that's what it's about for me.
All right, so this one is for the both of you, actually, because you are both. This one should apply. All right, Michael from Fremont wants to know: I'm a junior in high school, and I just went through a crazy growth spurt. None of the pants at retail stores are long enough. Where do you guys shop?
That's tough.
What?
Yeah, definitely had that experience. We talk about that all the time, trying to find pants and clothes that fit.
I remember we did a piece on career and looks, and you said that you have trouble finding clothes that like fit your torso, right?
Yeah, like shirts that are too short or whatever.
Where do you guys recommend he get some clothes?
Man, just I mean, in 2023, wow, it's everything's online. So like when
Definitely
you shopping online, just search oversized.
search your size.
Yeah, search your size and search oversized, um, and just find certain brands that make clothes that fit for you.
And there's all type of brands out here. Like it don't even gotta be the name brand ones. It's all type of underground brands out here. And I've found personally that makes all type of crazy sizes that you never even heard of before. So you just gotta really search high and low. Like put the grind in for it.
For everybody that's listening, let's give them some perspective. How tall are each of you?
I'm 6'8".
I'm 6'5 3/4.
He's exact. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Do you have some go-to brands that you guys personally really like?
I mean,
He been more in his bag. I used to be in my bag when I was a little bit younger. I got kids and stuff now.
man, I got kids too.
I got I got kids and stuff now, so I'm uh I just be chilling now. I be wearing New Balance and
See this.
Some
and
Nike
chilling.
Monarchs.
That's the thing. Like they think he say I be in my bag, but I be really chilling though. Like I be chill. I just find stuff I find that look good, and then I just wear it. But I be wearing a lot of suits too, though. I like to wear suits. I get it from my dad. My dad used to like wear crazy suits all the time. Nice hats and all that. So, but yeah, I kind of get the style from my dad. I take pride in my swag. So
That actually leads us to our next fan question. So Dana from Daly City wants to know, if you were gonna let one teammate style you, who would it be for game day? So
Oh, for game day,
who would you trust with that?
I'll trust JK to
Okay.
put some on. He be smooth. I trust Ray be fly.
he do be fly.
Yeah, Ray be fly.
Yeah, he be fly.
But he's small though, so I don't know
His
if
all denim
I don't know
last
if
game was
His
really
his
cool.
swag work for the small people. Like,
Yeah.
he ain't no big person.
like I seen some Ray was wearing some shoes. I figured out. I was like, oh yeah, them hard. And I seen a couple other people wearing them.
Which ones?
The
They was like some big shoes.
yeah, they look like Converse, but they got the
The Ricks.
no, not Ricks. They look like Converse, but they got like the big bottom and like the wavy on the bottom. I forgot the name of them, but they was hard. I seen Ray wearing them. I seen a couple other people wearing them. I was like, oh, let me go try to find me a pair.
I gotta see them.
Biggest size they make is a 12.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
it's always, bro. Them shoes that
yeah.
they be wearing, we can't wear those, bro.
yeah.
So
All right, so you would probably trust somebody that's like more your stature to probably dress you right, because
Yeah, I mean, I would
Trent.
trust Ray. I just,
Trent.
yeah, Trent. So, I would trust Ray. I just don't know if he could find my size.
all right, that's fair. All right, this one is for you, JK. So your family has roots in Trinidad and Tobago, correct?
right.
Do you get to visit often, or do you have any favorite traditions from your culture?
See me, I never been yet. It's gonna be in the works for sure, but it's a lot that goes into that. So, yeah, I'm just getting my feet up in life, So, yeah, I've never been. And traditions, not really traditions, but mainly the cuisine. Like the food is crazy. Nothing come close to it at all. Caribbean food is the best food in the world, in the whole galaxy. Like,
All right,
it's the
highly
best.
recommend. Is there anywhere in the Bay Area where you can get good Caribbean food?
I know one spot. It's called Backyard. It's cool. Backyard Grill. It's cool, but it's not. When you get the authentic, the real deal.
Like the homemade
You like,
stuff.
it's cool, but it ain't. It ain't hit like mom cooking. But I get it. My mom, she'll freeze it and send it to me.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a favorite cuisine, Eric?
My favorite cuisine now, it's kind of changed. Used to be, like, Mexican food, Hispanic food,
Tacos.
like
On fire
enchiladas and
always.
stuff. But it's kind of like Japanese now. I like sushi and anything that you can get like at Nobu. Like
I respect that.
teriyaki steak and.
Big health guy.
Are you guys big on the health kick? Are you
Uh,
guys
I
like
live by
niche
the I live
status?
by the 80-20 rule.
Okay.
You know, I'm healthy about 80% of the time, and then 20% of the time, I believe, like, you know, life, it shouldn't be so hard. You know what I'm saying? You work out hard, you train hard, you know, you're healthy, you treat your body right. But it's also okay to live a little and have some fun, you know, pig out every now and then.
I saw this on your TikTok, but do you guys mind sharing how many calories you guys eat in a day? I always think this is great with offensive or defensive linemen
Me
because
personally, I have no clue. I try to eat 3 times a day and make it work. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it could easily be around 5,000 for sure. Just trying to, you know, for me, I lose, you know, with as much as we train, I can tend to lose a little bit of weight.
Same.
So just trying to keep that weight on.
does eating become a little bit of a chore at that point if you're like trying to just get the calories in throughout the day?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah,
Me,
for
I
sure.
feel like the more I like hang around him and I've been around him more, and he make me like feel like I need to be more on top of what I eat and stuff like that. So sometimes I don't be wanting to eat vegetables, like so, like I'll put them down like just because like I need to, you
Put
know.
them in a green smoothie and just.
I just gotta go for it. Like, eat it like this sometimes.
All right, last question. Since you both mentioned your dads, this one works too. What has been the most surprising thing about dad life?
I'm gonna say like just the different personalities, cause my second baby, she's at the age where she's starting to get some personality about herself, and my older one is just so like nonchalant, laid back, don't really want to talk, like chill. Then the second one like bounce off the couch, hit her head, get up, roll, shout, scream, want to talk to everybody. He even eat differently. One like sauce on their food, the next don't. So like just the personalities, it's crazy.
I think that's more of a second child thing, though. I was always told second children are
Well,
crazier.
It's the reverse for me.
Oh, really?
My first is my first full of personality, emotions. My second, she's really chill. But yeah, it's crazy to see. It's also crazy to see like my mannerisms and like my daughter and
right,
Really?
like yeah tendencies and stuff. It's
right.
like crazy when she does something.
How do you guys balance football and dad life? That seems like a lot.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you wish that you could be around a lot more.
Definitely.
But as you're on this grind, you're who you're doing it for,
Every time.
and when they get older, hopefully, they'll be proud of you as a dad and everything that you were able to provide for them, and so and then just trying to be present as much as possible, when you do have the little bit of time we have,
Right.
and spoil them a little bit.
Always good. I'm sure they appreciate that. All right, guys. So as we wrap this up, let's give the faithful a shout out. What do you need from them on Saturday?
Go crazy, turn up,
Facts. Go crazy.
dance,
Feel
All
me?
right.
bring that energy.
Let's beat the Seahawks. All right. Thank you for tuning in to 49ers. You've got mail presented by Manscaped to be featured in our next episode. Submit your questions to 49ers.com/mailbag. And you can subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That's it from us. Bye.